Thoughtfully Fit is all about being intentional and thoughtful on how you show up in your life, both for yourself and with others. And what the core message in Thoughtfully Fit is, it's a metaphor for being physically fit, that you need to train and practice in order to be able to handle yourself thoughtfully. And you need to build that muscle memory. Just like I train and practice for triathlons, and I build the muscle memory to be able to successfully and efficiently complete the swim, the bike, and the run. And in order to do that, it requires you to first be purposeful before it's automatic. What do I mean by that? When I'm out training with my coach, my triathlon team, we break down each section of the triathlon to be very purposeful in practicing the transition from when the gun goes off to getting into the water. If it's a land start or a water start, we practice both. If it's shallow, we practice how far do you run in before you start to do dolphin dives. And when you come out of the water, we practice you swim right up until your fingers are touching the sand in the lake, because it's more efficient to swim in water than it is to run. And if you watch triathlons, you'll see some people are getting out when it's at their chest and they're walking in. And it's incredibly challenging and hard to walk in water. Try it. And so then we practice all of those, transition to getting on the bike, getting off the bike, putting your helmet on, all of that. So that when game day comes, when I'm doing a race, it's just automatic. Well, I was working with an executive coaching client, and she's in a company culture where it's very, very Midwest nice. They don't challenge each other. They don't talk about the elephant in the room. She made the comment, even disagreeing is disagreeable. Like you don't even disagree in their executive leadership team meetings. And she was being challenged by those dynamics, and she brought it into our coaching session and said, Darcy, I just don't know what to do, because in the moment I'm feeling like I want to advocate for what I think is right, and yet I feel like I have to hold back and play nice, but then I leave and I haven't shared my wisdom or my thoughts, my experience, and then I regret it because a decision is made in a vacuum without the benefit. But I don't know how to do that in a company culture where they don't welcome differing opinions and diverse thinking. They want things to feel really nice. I don't even think the culture that they realize that's the culture, she said, but that is the culture. And she's just been in this role in for the last year. And so I challenged her and I said, what would it look like if you could name in the moment what's happening for you? If you could make the invisible visible, if you could articulate that challenge that you're having, name what's happening for you, name your emotional field. And she's like, I don't even know what that means. I said, well, if in that moment you say some version of, gosh, I'm hearing the decision that you're wanting to make, and while I want to just support it fully because I know that a lot of work has gone into this decision and I'm feeling like the team is definitely moving in that direction, I'm feeling torn because there's some pieces I think need to be considered before that decision is made that I think will impact it. But I don't know. I just have this sense, and I'm having this internal struggle that my disagreeing right now would not be welcome, and I'm struggling, and so I just want to name that and check in with the team here on what would be most valuable. And she said, "Whoa, okay, I think that would be really a good thing to do, but I don't know if I can do it." And that's where we talked about you need to be purposeful and you need to practice before something is automatic. And so in this case, Her homework wasn't to go and articulate in the moment what she was thinking, because that felt like too big of a leap. That'd be like going from, buying a new bike and getting a new wetsuit and the next day doing a triathlon. No. There has to be some training and practice in between there. And so in this case, her bite-sized action step that she's going to focus on for the next 2 weeks is just noticing in the moment, in different meetings, and also personally and at home, when she's having some kind of an emotional feeling that she is not voicing, that she's not naming, and she's holding back. She just has to start to notice how often this happens and what the impact is. And the goal is to break this down into bite-sized pieces. And sometimes the most important step to having a behavior change is awareness of what your current behavior is. When I challenged her to think about that, she's like, I don't even know if I could do it. I've never even thought about that. So that is what I want to leave you with today, is thinking about, and in Thoughtfully Fit, we always go back to the core. So if you notice that there's something that's getting in the way, or you're not voicing yourself, or there's where you're getting stuck, is pause. Take a breath and think, what would it look like if you did this successfully? And then how can you practice that? How can you build the muscle memory? How can you break it down into a bite-sized piece, like just getting on the bike, getting your wetsuit off, going through transition and getting on the bike, and just practicing that? What would it look like if you built muscle memory and you took it one step at a time? I love doing this. My team of coaches love doing this. So if you are looking for support and you're looking for some accountability to be able to train, to be thoughtfully fit, and to build that muscle memory, reach out to us. We'd love to connect and to do a free exploratory session to learn more about what you're looking for, what your challenges are, what your struggles are, and how coaching might help. Thanks so much. I'm Darcy Lum. I appreciate you joining me today.